Here's what happened round 4 of the FIM Supermoto World Championship S1GP, the round of Poland in Poznan. Thomas Scherer pulled a hole shot in moto number 1, closely followed by the 71 of Pavel Kamar and Lukas Holbacher, with Mark Rayner-Schmidt just behind them in 4th place. Slightly overcast conditions for race 1, but at the end of the first lap, the local rider Mansak was forced to retire. Shame really, he qualified in 7th position on Saturday. With Thomas Scherer starting to disappear at the head of the field, the battle was on for 2nd between the 71 of Kamar and Holbacher. Holbacher got himself into 2nd with a nice slide pass down the inside of Kamar. And 2nd was looking good for the 72. Just behind them, keeping a watching brief, was the 41 of Mark Rayner-Schmidt, but he was always concertinaing back and forth onto the rear wheel of the 71 of Kamar. But then a game changer. Kamar down the inside and actually caught the leg of Holbacher in his rear wheel. Those two eventually prized themselves apart. Just watch it here. The right leg gets wrapped around the rear wheel of Kamar. Schmidt goes through into 2nd. These two amazingly stayed up. And they stayed in 3rd and 4th. Holbacher, though, taking care of 3rd place. No one a match, though, in moto number 1 for Thomas Scherer. He was the winner here in race 1. Schmidt was 2nd. In S1GP race 2, the lights went out, and over on the left side, Pavel Kamar got a flyer. Scherer thought he got 2nd, but he ran too wide, allowing Mark Rayner-Schmidt up the inside into 2nd place. Holbacher was right there in 4th. And that's how they were. Jimenez was well placed in 5th place, as Pavel Kamar here on board led the way on lap 1. Hotter conditions for moto number 2 here in Poland. And he looked like he was about to pull clear of Mark Rayner-Schmidt there in 2nd place. Thomas Scherer not having an answer for them in 3rd in the early stages of the race. Holbacher doing his thing, just watching on, hoping to pick up any pieces, should there be any. He was there in 4th place. There's Jimenez in 5th position. Kamar and the 41, who got a little bit wild at times, Mark Rayner-Schmidt, were duking it out over the lead. Scherer was right there in 3rd, and all of a sudden joining the party was Holbacher in 4th place. Scherer then fell from 3rd. But worse was to come, because the 71 of Kamar picked up a stop-go penalty. He jumped the start, went too early. When the lights went out, he rejoined in 5th place. We can look at it here. Lights are still on. He's creeping forward. Fractions of a second. But he did go down as a jump start. He got himself back into the race and challenged Thomas Scherer for 3rd. And made a nice pass on the landing of the tabletop to get himself into 3rd. Scherer had no reply, although he did try to come back towards the end of the race. It wasn't enough for Thomas Scherer to pick up that 3rd place. The battle for the lead, though, was intense at the head of the field. Mark Rayner-Schmidt and Lukas Holbacher. Absolutely nothing between them. But in the end, though, on the final lap, out of the final turn, it was Mark Rayner-Schmidt who did hang on to take victory, his 2nd of the season in S1GP, and with it, his 1st ever overall victory in the World Championship class. Holbacher hung on for 2nd. Kamar came home 3rd. Thomas Scherer came home 4th. And the podium was Holbacher 3rd, Scherer 2nd, but it was a win for Mark Rayner-Schmidt. Good effort for the gasoline rider, but Thomas Scherer continues to lead the World Championship as we head to round 5, which will be at Melk in Austria.
Yeah, thanks. I'm really happy about a lot of work and a race without mistakes. I can win S1GP. I'm really happy, and I'm very, very happy for the next races who come. I think it's possible to win the World Championship for me. I will give all in the next races, and I'm happy for riding, and all is perfect in this moment. Yes, I'm happy.